Okay, we're going to take a look at doing a regression analysis with the TI-84 Plus. Basically, same instructions for the TI-83. So I'm going to clear some things out, go into my stat menu, and see what I have in my list. So I'll go to Edit, and I have a couple lists in there already. They are in there for L2. See L2 and L3. So I'm just going to use whatever's in there right now. And I'm going to go then from here to plot this as a scatter plot. So I'm going to go to zoom, and then down to number 9 is stat, zoom stat. That's gonna graph all of those points that we just plugged in our L1 and L2 list. So I go to number 9, zoom stat, hit enter. And there is our scatter plot. Okay, so back to our graph. There's our scatter plot. Now we're going to create a line of best fit, or a regression line, and we're going to do that through the stat menu again. So go into the stat menu, which is right here. Click on stat. This time we're going to go over to the right to calc, and we're going to calculate a linear regression. So we'll go down to linear regression, hit enter. It's going to bring us to this. We need to tell it which list to use. So we're going to put in here L1. That's the second 1 key. See it in blue here, L1. And comma L2. L2 right down here, it's the second 2 button. So there's my list. I hit enter from this point, and I will get the information I need for the linear regression. Here, notice they change it a little bit. We might be used to y equals mx plus b, but this is y equals ax plus b. So just don't get confused here. The a is the slope of the line, that's your m, and then b is your y-intercept. And then the r value, that is your correlation coefficient, and 0.93 tells us that it's a pretty strong positive correlation, getting pretty close to 1. So there is our regression data, and we're going to import that into the y equals so we can graph that as a line of best fit. So we go to y equals, and here we have our cursor is blinking on one of the y equals areas, and I'm going to go to vars, click on that, and this is kind of like a cut and paste here. So I'm going to go down to stats, and I'm going to export that regression data into that spot where the cursor was blinking. So if I go over to equations, and then right there, number 1 regression equation, that's what I want. I'm going to hit enter, and there it just pops it right in there for us, and it's all the way to the nearest billionth decimal place or something. So now I can just hit graph, and it will graph both the line of regression and my scatter plot. So at this point I can use the regression line to predict values, and I'd like to do that here. For the final part to this presentation, I'll predict a value for x, let's just say 75. So I'll go to this calculate up here, it's in blue. So second trace, that's calculate, and then I want a value, so I hit enter, and I'm going to calculate this for x equals 75. Oh, we have a little error. That means that I'm trying to calculate for a value that's off of the graph actually, so I need to adjust my window. So I'm going to clear out of this, and I'm going to go to my window right here, and I'm going to adjust it, because see, my x maximum was 24.1 and I just wanted 75, so I'm going to change my x maximum to go up to 76, and I'll adjust the scale so it doesn't look really weird. I'll go by sevens. So you can see it changed the appearance of the graph a little bit, but it is the same data, and now I'll be able to predict for my value of 75. So I'm going to go to calculate again, and then I want the value, so I hit enter, X equals 75. Enter. And my value, whatever this information, whatever these stats are, I forgot, but here we have 2,252. So there is a tutorial on how to create a regression line and predict a value.